before more income for the banks down the line. Citigroup's up 3%. Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, all higher by 2.5%. Airline stocks are up for a second day after U.S. government data showed Sunday was the busiest day at airport checkpoints since mid-March. Now, the S&P 500 airline index rose yesterday by 7.1% and set a 7-week high. So you look at Caribbean's up 6.5%. The cruise line owner was up for a second day after saying. Network equipment maker, especially this week because Cisco Systems results are due out after the close tomorrow. And I got one more for you. Bed Bath & Beyond down 4.5%. The home furnishings retailer reinstated a debt reduction program after a 4-month suspension and to buy back $300 million.
David Wilson, thank you so much for the clinic on Cisco. Good morning, everyone. Bloomberg Surveillance brought to you by Kona Resnick Advisory. Assurance Tax. Are you applying for PPP loan forgiveness? Don't leave money on the table or fail an SBA review. Visit KonaResnick.com/loan forgiveness. Kona Resnick, COHN.
Yeah.
Z-N-I-C-K. Kona Resnick.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Today's the big day. Today is the big day. The long-awaited people's trial. Marcus Conte versus the racist security guard. Who's right? Who's wrong? I mean, I know I'm framing it as he's the racist, but we're going to decide for ourselves because I am in possession of an answer from the good Brooklyn Hospital Center there. The good Brooklyn Hospital Center has responded to Marcus Conte's complaint, and we're going to go through the whole thing, and guess what? You in the chat. How many people we got in the chat? Let the chat build up. The more people, the merrier. Oh boy, 18 people so far. 18 people in the jury. Let more. 19, one more. We're going to have a jury trial. We are going to have a jury trial for the case of the racist attacking Marcus Conte with the slur. Get your white privilege out of here. Get your white privilege out of here! So I made the argument, right? And you remember we were researching the horrible situation over at the Brooklyn Hospital Center where they were caught on video by the New York Post dragging dead bodies out the back and allegedly stacking them into a makeshift morgue on the public sidewalk, right? So that was pretty heavy, right? You remember that story? And I went there, and I was minding my own business. I was just trying to find out that story. And I was up by the hotel, I was up by the hospital entrance, right? And security guard came out the door and told me, you can't do that here, you can't do that here, the video, right? You can't video here, you can't video here, right? So I started turning around, I walked away. I thought he was gonna push me or hit me or something, so I told him fuck off. And I proceeded down the hill, and then a second black security guard said, "Get your white privilege out of here. Why don't you get a real life? Why don't you get a life? Get your white privilege out of here." So, in my view, the white privilege smear. We're going to make some precedents here with the New York State Division of Human Rights. Welcome, New York State Division of Human Rights. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching the replay of this video, because here is your evidence to determine if a jury of my peers will find us innocent or guilty. And I don't know what the jury is going to find out, but we are going to find out. We are going to have a vote. We're going to have a vote. Everyone is going to hear all of the evidence, and it's not much. It's just a video. It's a 2.5-minute video, and that is the evidence. And then we'll listen to the arguments that I made for it being discriminatory, and then we'll look at the answer. We're going to read the 17 pages. Ho, ho, ho. There's only like 6 of them are good, or 5 of them are good. So we're going to read the highlights of the answer from the Brooklyn Hospital Center, and you're not going to believe what you hear, man. This guy fucking denied saying it. He denied saying that. Get your white privilege out of here. You see him and you hear him on the recording. He said, I didn't say that shit. I didn't say that shit. So motherfuckers are lying, right? Excuse me. People are lying. They're lying, right? And my brother, my racist brother, my black brother at the hospital, coming out his face at a white motherfucker. I love you. White black man, I love you. I love you, and I want to understand you better. I want to know why. I want to know what's in your heart. I want to know. I want to feel your anger, and I want to help you exercise and extinguish your anger towards white people. Now, I don't know who's in your head, or have you been gaslit by the black Israelis, the black Muslims? Are you part of the black Muslim Brotherhood that hate white people, hate whites, and black, white devil, blue-eyed devil? Are you one of those guys? But either way, even if you are, I have only love in my heart. Marcus Conte has only love in his heart for you. For you, I'm reaching out to you right now. This is a reaching out. So we're going to look at all the evidence, and we're going to let a jury of my peers, of our peers actually, decide. After all the evidence is in the record, we are going to decide who is the racist. Who is the racist? Who is the racist? Am I the racist? I could be the racist, right? You think that I'm the racist. Right? Certainly your attorneys think I'm the racist when you read their answer. Oh, Conte, he's a racist. He should be investigated for racism. So that's funny, right? But you're denying. You denied. Did you deny? Did you lie, black man, black security man? Did you lie to the attorneys? Oh boy. Oh boy. Or are they lying for you? Are they saying, oh yeah, we can't really hear it because he's got a mask on? But we're going to hear it, because we're all going to hear it. So thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat, and stay tuned, really. I need you guys. All right, now I got 50 people, almost 50 people. That's a big jury, right? We got ourselves a real-sized jury. So that's what this video is going to be about. It might not go that long, but this is very, very important information right here. Very, very important work that we're doing here, because this is the follow-up to the racial attack. What I would like to know, essentially, is someone saying to you that you have white privilege? Is that a racial slur? In my view, and the view of millions and millions of white people, yes, it is. Is it equivalent to the N-word, calling someone the N-word, a black person, the N-word. For example, when I was escorted off of the property and the guy said, "Get your white privilege out of here," is that the same if I were a white cop saying that to a black person, saying, "Get your nigger ass out of here. Get your slave nigger shit out of here." Is it the same? I say it is the same. I think that that white privilege, my argument is that white privilege and the N-word are equally discriminatory, right? And should not be used when denying someone an accommodation, like in a hospital, going in just to report, right? I'm an essential worker. I'm there. I'm reporting, right? So my argument is that essentially my argument. I don't care that they were rough or I'm cursing at him, he's cursing at me, yeah, dickhead, fat fuck, whatever, who cares, motherfucker. That's just words. But when you drag it into race, right? When you make it a fucking racial issue, when you're trying to, your people, your black people have been fighting for centuries for equality, and then you use racism against someone that you perceive as being different than you. That, my friends, is fucked up, and that is the essence. That is the that is the essence of this story. I'm gonna try not to read the comments too much because I just want to get through all this, and then we can do it together, right? So before we do that, though, this is I am a very serious reporter, very legitimate, respected reporter in my field. Although I am sometimes buck crazy and wild and seemingly not knowing what I'm doing, but I know exactly what I'm doing. So that's why I'm so revered. They say toot your own horn because nobody else will. So here's my website, marcusconte.com. If you think I'm making it up, right? I got a fucking website, man. I'm very, very, very influential, man. The New York Post is shitting in their pants over me. The New York Post is sending hotel goons to kick my ass, right? That shit is crazy, right? Come on, right? So, and my leg is still fucked up, right? I take the brunt I take the aggression. And I absorb the aggression of all those people losing their goddamn minds in this stupid pandemic, right? This fucking made up shit, right? And I absorb all of their hostility, right? Sometimes it results in getting your ass kicked, right? Or at least almost getting your ass kicked. Where you pull out your muscle because you're old and you try to run away and you or you throw a kick and you should be practicing that kick before you throw it in public. But anyway, so the way this works, right, dear hospital, Brooklyn Hospital Center, and racist Negro watching, is that this is fueled through contributions of the good people watching this. How many people are watching your show? There's 50, 60, 70, 100 people, maybe 1,000 people are going to watch this and determine who is the racist, right? And the way this fuels, the way this keeps going is no one's paying my bill. No Brooklyn Hospital's paying my fucking shit. Right? I'm paying my own shit. Right? And it comes through contributions, through PayPal. Over here, you could drop money in the tip jar, and Racist Black, you're welcome to do that as well. And I do welcome you on the show at some point if we can see eye to eye, and we can find a commonality, something where we can agree, right? That's because that's what this is all about. This is trying to agree. Why waste all the time and energy going to trial? We could just agree. We could agree to disagree. Right? We could do that too, right? But screaming racial epithets at each other is not the way to do it. And dropping $5 in the tip jar, for me, I want you to drop $5 in my tip jar. Racist Negro. Kindly do it. I know you're watching because you have to watch. I just told your attorneys I'm going to tip your attorneys off to this video after it's over. So I know you're watching, and I would appreciate your contribution because. Even though if you might not have a job after this, that's your fucking problem. Not really. It's not really my problem. Or Patreon, become a ongoing member of this fine program. So, all right. So on April 1st, Here is my complaint, right? This is how this works. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with me in the chat? Give me a thumb. Give me a high motherfucker if you're with me. Give me a number one if everybody's with me on this, right? That you. Let me see how many jurors I have in the thing before I start going through this. How many jurors are in the box? Give me a one if you're ready to be a juror. Give me a one. Can we all just get along? Come on, folks. Give me a one if you're a juror. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumbs up. 5, 6, 7. Motherfucker. Bill West. Bill West has got a great mind. Charles Ponzi, Harkview Cinema, Chris Milk, Sterling Price, One Trick Pony, Judy oh boy, watch out. Hey, listen, Black Racist and the Brooklyn Hospital Center. If you're not aware of what I'm looking at, look to the right and you'll see the chat replay. There are a lot of people paying attention right now to this breaking story. So we have a huge jury at hand right here. So back in April, I was doing my work, and I was investigating a possible botched couple of bodies coming out the back door at the Brooklyn Hospital Center here in Brooklyn, New York. Regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, deaths, high death rate, they said, right? Now, well, there's so many bodies inside that they had to stack 5 bodies on a freezer truck outside, and then we find out that the freezer truck wasn't even on. Or was it on? I don't remember if that freezer truck was on. I got to look at the record. I don't remember. It's in the video. But nonetheless, were there bodies in the fucking parked outside? It's an interesting story, right? It's an interesting story. And the other part of it is that the hospital centers were all saying they were at max capacity. Right? So it warranted an investigation. Right? Period. Right? So and on that day, I was poking around as I usually do, as media will do, as news is supposed to do. You're supposed to poke around and get to the truth, not get paid off to lie for the establishment, but you're supposed to go there and poke around and find out what's going on. And that's what I did. And in doing that, I was accosted by a racist man, a racist security guard who brought his racist agenda to the job. And while I was doing my job and he was doing his job, he blurted out, get your white privilege out of here. Get your white privilege out of here, with his hand in his pocket, probably on a weapon of some sort, which leads me to believe that I should now start carrying pepper spray, because the security guards seem to be the worst fucking entity of all of them. They need to get sprayed. The security guards need to get sprayed in the face a couple of times, and maybe they'll fuck off. Because you're charging me. I'm not charging you. You could tell me to leave, and I'll leave. And if you touch me or aggressively come at me, I'm within my rights to spray you in the eyeballs and turn out your lights for a while. So anyway, so if you should see me there again, be aware that's what could happen, because I am within my rights to investigate your hospital whenever the fuck I feel like it. So anyway. So here's a complaint. This is really rudimentary. I want to just show you how it starts. So you file a case. Here's my information. Here's their information. Brooklyn Hospital Center on DeKalb Avenue. I don't know the guard's name. When did it happen? Right? Was it based on what was the basis of discrimination? Race and color. You just check off the box, right? Check off the box. Was it employment? Was I employed there? No, I wasn't employed there technically. But I am working, so I'm an essential worker. Was it housing? You leave that blank. And here's the essence of my complaint. This is my initial complaint that started the thing, and I'll read. All right, so I sent it in. It's you pick the center closest to you, and this one's in Brooklyn. This is a federal. It's not federal, but it's state. It's above New York State courts. The Division of Human Rights. It's a federal. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's more powerful than the courts. Their decisions are binding. Right, New York State Division of Human Rights. So if we can get them to agree that the slur is in fact racist, we have a huge victory, because anybody who comes thereafter and blacks want to utter that racist slur, get your white privilege out of here. we got him, right? We take back our rights, right? And it's not just whites or blacks. I mean, you don't have to be white to agree with that. You have to not be looking through shit-colored lenses. Shit-colored lenses. That's what you're looking through. You have to be. You're not white. You're not black. You're identifying discrimination and calling it out. That's all that is. I would never call a black man a nigger. I would never. That's disgusting. Why would I do that? I'm using the word because it's offensive. Isn't it offensive when you hear that? Nigger. Oh, look at that nigger. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting vernacular to use. But it's the same. It's the same as white privilege. It's like degrading. What fucking privilege? What are you talking about? What the fuck planet are you living on? Right? See, it's the same. And blacks need to understand that. So on Wednesday, April 1st, at approximately 11 a.m. at the main entrance of the Brooklyn Hospital, I was discriminated against because of my race. I am white. The entire racial attack was captured via live stream on YouTube. More than 5,000 people have since viewed the stream. I am a reporter covering the COVID-19 pandemic in New York City. While doing my work, I was verbally attacked with a racial slur by one of the hospital guards, while a second hospital guard looked on. Both security guards are black. I do not know the names of the two black security guards, but they are easily identifiable in the video. Those are exhibits 1 and 2. And really just exhibit 1 because that's the one that matters. A 2-minute video. As I was making my way down the hill from the front entrance of the hospital, one security guard maliciously blurted out, "Get your white privilege out of here!" I was deeply offended. I really was. It's not an exaggeration. I was like, what the fuck? I was racially attacked. This is a violation of my human rights. The New York State Human Rights Law, Article 15 of the Executive Law, prohibits discrimination and harassment based on race. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlaws discrimination based on race. So, pal, you broke state and federal, and there's probably a couple of local laws that you broke as well. You broke the law. I'm seeking accommodation at a hospital. So there. So that is my argument based on what is my recollection of the events accurate? Yes, of course, that's what it is, right? And then you notarize it and you do some other stuff. You sign it. I don't know what else this shit is, right? So this is the full-length video. It's 30 minutes. You can watch it on your own time. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm not going to play any of it because it doesn't really matter. But there's the morgue. That's where the investigation began. And the front of the hospital is around the side. Right? And I'm walking around. I'm across the street trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You see some fake news over there. Right? And allegedly the New York Post showed the video of dead bodies being loaded into that before there was a canopy there. So that's the story. That's the background story. Was the hospital full to capacity? No, because I did walk around the front of it. And I showed you somewhere along the line that there wasn't really a lot of people. There's nobody clamoring to get into the hospital, right? There's just a couple of people, a couple of knuckleheads, right, hanging out, a few people. There's nobody there, right? So we're trying to find out, were body bags being dragged out the back door, and was the hospital packed? No, it's just a few people trying to get tested. That's all it was, right? So now at this point, let's watch the actual video. This is the video captured by me while I was doing my work. It's 2.5 minutes. So let's watch what happened, and then we'll continue next to their answer, right? The Brooklyn Hospital Center has answered the claim. That claim that I made, they have now answered. It took them 3.5 months to do it. 3.5 months. And then they give me 10 days to answer, to rebuttal. So we're going to watch the video. We're going to look through their answer. And it's brutal. It's brutal. They're attacking me left, right, and center. And then I'm going to read to you my rebuttal. All right, so here we go. Let's watch the video. Can you read it? I'll read it for you. On April 20th, while reporting on the mysterious COVID-19 morgue freezer truck parked outside the Brooklyn Hospital Center in New York, a hospital worker attacked me with a racial slur. Is that an exaggeration? No, not at all. And now I'll shut up. This is the entrance of the joint. Yeah, hi. Can't do what? Oh, okay.
Go down the hill, sir.
All right, sure. What's going on? There's the entrance. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You can speak. Don't touch me. Well, I'll touch you back. Okay?
Downhill.
Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, everybody, yeah. Oh, okay, no videotape. No premises on the premises.
Down, man. Put the camera down.
I'm walking off your property.
Yeah, but you videotape.
You don't have time for me? I don't have time for you. Just don't touch me, because then we'll have a serious problem.
How about do something better with you?
How about, I am doing something better. I'm informing the public. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're just being a dickhead. That's what you're doing. You're just being a dickhead.
Get your white privilege out of here.
White privilege. Oh, now it's racist. Ah, we got racists. Oh, man, you heard him. You heard him live on YouTube.
Get off the property.
You heard him live on YouTube. You got racists, black racists guarding the property.
Get off the property.
What's your name, black racist? What's your name, black racist? He's a black racist. He says I got white privilege.
You got no problem.
Ah, what? He's a racist, man. Fire this fucker. Yo, fire this piece of shit.
As long as you stay
Yo, this guy's making fucking racist comments in the coronavirus fucking epidemic. Are you kidding me, sir? Fucking racist. Racist Negro. Yo. That's a racist motherfucker right there. You're not a racist motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. How about you? How about that? Go fuck yourself, you racist Negro. How do you like that? So there you have it. That is the evidence, right? Now, did he say what he said? Did he say what he said? Right, there I was leaving on my own. Did I resist leaving? No, I didn't resist anything, right? It's pretty heavy, man. It's pretty damning evidence, right? I was clearly in front of the gate. There's no signs. There's no fences. I didn't jump a fence. I didn't sneak through a hole in the wall. I just walked up to the door. I would have walked right through the front door if I could have, but doing my job, right? So one guard comes out, then another guard comes down, and he did I initiate the argument? Did I antagonize them? No, not at all. When he said leave, I turned around and left, and then he got a little too close, and I said, "Don't touch me," right? And he wanted to walk me down the aisle. Okay, well, let's walk together, but don't fucking touch me, right? And then the second black guy came over, and he initiated the racist agenda, his racist agenda, because he saw a white man with privilege. He was a black security guard, and in his mind, you're white with privilege. Get your white privilege out of here. Did he say it? Of course he said it. Let's do it before we move forward, because this is important. Did the black man, the fat black man, this guy, not that guy didn't do anything. Did the fat fuck say, get your white privilege out of here? Give me a 1 if he said it, or 2 if he didn't. It's almost ridiculous. Did he say it? Of course he said it. You heard him on the video. You could watch the live take of it, the whole thing. He never, right? So, 1, the black Negro, and Negro is not a slur, by the way, right? It's like calling someone a Caucasian. Negro, that's not a word, right? The N word is different. So, number 1, did he say it? Brooklyn Hospital Center, everybody in the chat says he said it. 1, and number 2, any number 2s, he didn't say what he said? He didn't say get your white privilege out of here? Because this is important. This is the essence of their rebuttal. Their answer is that they're saying that he never said it. How could you prove that he said it? Well, we have a video of him saying it, and we have smart people that you don't even have to be smart. You just watch the video and listen to what he said. So inescapable that the black man has said. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And again, Brooklyn Hospital Center, New York State Division of Human Rights. As you watch this, look at the chat. People are responding. Are these all my friends? Are these people that I paid to say something? No, they're just people that gather for the truth. And here we are revealing some truth. That's all the chat is, right? It's attraction. So I don't promote. I don't pay people. They're here. They're here because they want to be part of something that's exciting and something that is truthful. All right, so there you have it. All right, there you have it. The black man, we have to moving forward. The black man has in fact said that. How come there's 61 people watching and only 10 people answered? Come on, man. Come on, man. Get involved. Come on, man. If you're sitting there with your hands between your, twiddling your goddamn thumbs, hit the 1 or hit the 2 in the chat, please. Hit the 1 or hit the 2. One, he said, get your white privilege out of here. And 2, he didn't say shit. Or he says something else. Thank you. So anyway, so there you have it, right? That's the evidence, right? And here's the response. Now buckle up for this one, because this is what attorneys do. They lie. The attorneys lie. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, look at all those ones. Look at all those ones pouring in. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very important. Thank you, Bill West, number 1. Vanderloo, Murray Terry, Ginger Rogers. That's a great name. Jason Walsh, Sterling Price, my brother, Vinny DiMartini on the chat. And don't be a dick in this chat. Don't be a dick, because you will be eliminated, right? Being a dick does not mean you disagree with me. Being a dick is being a dick. It's something totally different, right? You know the difference. Because when you're a dick, you know you're being a dick. You're doing it to be a dick. So don't be a dick. So anyway, So lawyers, these are the attorneys. Let's look at their names. Ooh, these fantastic lawyers. Oh, lawyers doing their lawyer work. Who are they? The lawyers involved. Oh, lawyers. Let's see. The lawyers of the Barbara E. Hoey. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Barbara Hoey. Yoey. Hey, Yoey. It's Hoey. I bet you had some problems as a kid with that name, right? Hoey. Hoey, come here, Hoey. Anyway, I had problems with my name, Conte. They used to call me Cunty. That's why I love the word cunt, man. I wear that word on my sleeve, man. I'll fucking get a badge, cunt. Call me a cunt. Cunty. I love that shit. See, I'm not. I got super thick skin, right? Because I don't personalize stupidity. Right? That's the point, right? But you will, because I called you Hoey. Yoey. So anyway, so here's the lawyer, Hoey, says, we represent the respondent, the Brooklyn Hospital, and submit this position statement in opposition of the outrageous and totally frivolous complaint filed by Marcus Conte. Right? Totally frivolous. What's frivolous? There's nothing frivolous about it. Frivolous is a word you use when it's fake or made up. There's nothing fucking fake or made up. You saw the video. You saw the complaint. You saw the video. What's frivolous about it? There's nothing frivolous. But nonetheless, they're going to try to make it frivolous. This complaint arises out of an incident which charging party Marcus Conte provoked when he walked into the hospital's property on April 1st, 2020, a date when Brooklyn Hospital was overflowing with patients at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Right? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to take a higher seat. They're trying to say, why is my sound distorted? What do you mean my sound is distorted? You know why? Because I'm yelling. I'm sorry. Is it? How about now? Is my sound? I don't want the record to be muddled like that. I'm very sorry. Why is your sound distorted? Is it better now? Because I pulled away from the mic. I'm jumping all over the mic because I'm excited. Sounds fine to me. All right. So maybe turn down your audio or something. But okay. Sounds fine. Because this is an official record. All right. Thank you very much. A bit better. All right. I just pulled away from the mic because when my voice gets loud, I jump. I eat the mic. So I got to be aware of that. All right. So this complaint arises. I'll just turn up my head volume. More of me. This complaint arises out of an incident which charging party Marcus Conte provoked. Did I provoke anything? No. All I was doing my job. That's what reporters do. You poke around. Right? That's not provoking. Right? So I was there not to receive treatment or visit a patient, but to provoke a confrontation and make a live film to post on his YouTube video channel. Yeah, so that's what the media does. What do? You don't go to something and then you know what? Let me just read through it. I'm already giving you my commentary on it. But I was there not to receive I was not a patient or to receive treatment, but I was there to make a video. Woo! Mr. Conte was trespassing, violating multiple hospital policies, and his live filming of patients and families, which he was posting on YouTube in real time, was a clear violation of the privacy of those patients and families who did not consent to their pictures streaming out over the internet. Well, there you would be wrong. Trespassing, no. Trespassing, someone walking up to the front entrance of a hospital, it's not trespassing, right? Not at all. So that's bullshit, right? And if it was, that's a crime. That's something criminal. So why don't you call the police and tell them have me arrested for trespassing? How come you didn't do that? Because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. What's your fucking name again? I forgot your name. Let me get your name right. Howie. Hey, Howie. Howie, you're lying. Also, contrary to his complaint, you will also see from the video that Mr. Conte caused the confrontation with the hospital security, as he was refusing to obey their lawful and polite commands of the security officer, and then began cursing and trying to provoke them, calling them names and using racial insults like black racist. Oh, so black racist is an insult, right? When someone says you have white privilege, and you counter with black racist, identifying them as a black racist. That's a problem. Fuck you, Howie. Fire this fuck. I'll fill in the gaps. Piece of shit, racist Negro, racist motherfucker. Go fuck yourself, and you racist Negro. So why did they blurted it out like as if, oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't say that in a legal deposition. Oh, yes, you can. In sum, Marcus Conte was not at Brooklyn Hospital to seek treatment. He was violating the law. What law? Cite the law. What law did I violate? Nothing. Why? Oh, illegal possession of a camera. Illegal recording. Who cares about your stupid rules? Who cares about, I have a rule. Oh, I could make up a personal rule about me that you're not allowed to call me, say I have white privilege when I'm doing my job. That's my rule. You broke my rule. You violated my rule, jerk off. I can make up rules too, you know. Who are you to make up rules because you're a hospital and I'm a private person, I'm not allowed to have rules? Fuck you. I got the same rules you got. If you don't like the public, if you don't like being a public hospital, a hospital that's accessible to the public, then don't be a fucking hospital, right? Have a giant wall around your facility and you can let people in the door, right? So in sum, Marcus Conte was not at the hospital for treatment. He was violating the law. All right. Mr. Conte also was not discriminated against or denied any service by Brooklyn Hospital. He never sought any service. He was just at the hospital to cause a disruption and invade the privacy of the hospital's patients and staff. Wow, what a lie. As New York continues to battle a global pandemic, Mr. Conte should not be wasting the hospital's and the division's time with his baseless complaint. It should be dismissed in its entirety. In fact, we submit the division should investigate Mr. Conte for his racial behavior and language. This is common, by the way. This is what lawyers do. They twist the facts. Right? So summary of facts. Here they are tooting their own horn, how wonderful they are, how in front of the disaster they are. It's fucking all bullshit, right? The point is, why were you dragging dead bodies out the back door, Hoey? How come your people don't say what was up with the dead bodies being dragged out the back door? So, it was on April 1st, 2020, a date when the state of New York. Okay, this is all bullshit. This was not a legitimate investigation. It's saying about me being there, of any sort, based on the mysterious morgue parked outside. This was not a legitimate investigation of any sort, as there was no mystery. Mr. Conte was on a mission to provoke a conflict, and he did. I don't know. It depends on how. I was there to understand the truth, and I did. I found out that. Well, did I find out the truth? I found out that the hospital was half empty, and that the freezer truck was definitely there, and a couple of other truths, really. And we discovered that the hospital employs racist Negroes to do their legwork. So we did learn a lot. We learned quite a bit. Notably, Mr. Conte was not wearing any press or other credentials. I had it on. It was probably dangling from my waist or something. Did not have a visitor's pass. Fuck you, I don't need a visitor's pass. And had not followed the hospital's published procedures to request permission. I don't need your permission to walk around in a public space and film you. If you don't like it, build a wall. Right? As I said, build a wall. Oh, are you a Trump supporter? Build a wall. Build a wall. The hospital security officer, in accordance with the hospital policy, correctly and politely asked Mr. Conte to leave the premises and stop the live recording. They were in the right, as he had no legitimate reason to be there, and his live streaming of this video jeopardized the privacy rights of patients, visitors, and staff. All right. Staff has no right to privacy. No, but you don't have a right to privacy. If you want a right to privacy, put a fucking bag over your head. Right? If you want privacy walking around, I have to censor myself for your privacy. If you want privacy, right? You already have a mask. Put a bag over your head. Get a paper bag when you walk out into public. If you don't want anybody to know that you're going into the hospital, get a big paper bag and poke out some eyeballs and a little breathing apparatus, and you're good to go. Nobody will know who you are. Why do I have to protect you from your privacy? How ridiculous. You can film me all you want. I'll interview you. I'll even talk to you. I'll talk right to your camera, right? Hey, how you doing, man? You going to smear me? Great. Fantastic. Let's go. So the idea that they're demanding privacy is totally ridiculous. Patient cases are different, right? Doctor-patient, what a person is being in a hospital for, that's different. Right? They're mixing apples and oranges. Right? Nobody's exposing classified or confidential information at all. It's just you walking by in a camera. Nobody knows why you're there or why you're not there. Right? As will be explained in FA. So they go on and on and on about this. Don't touch me. I just want to get to the part where. Oh yeah, here, Mr. Conte. Here's the big part. Ready? Everybody, listen to this. This is the big part. This is the deal breaker for the Brooklyn Hospital Center. They made the mistake right here by lying. Here's the big lie. Ready? Mr. Conte deliberately provoked the security officers and called one of them a dickhead. So what? So I called him a dickhead. He said, no, he initiated it. He initiated by saying, why don't you get a life? Right? So there's another lie. The dickhead said, why don't you get a life? And then I called him a dickhead. While it is not discernible based on the video recording that the security officer said in response to Mr. Conte, since the security officer was wearing a mask, Mr. Conte alleges that the security officer responded, "Get your white privilege out of here." The security officer denies this statement. Right? Now this is what they do, right? This is what they do. This guy fucking lied. Right? He's lying. Racist Negro. You're lying. Everybody knows you're lying, right? Any jury, if there's 10 people on a jury, 9 of them are gonna listen to it and say, you said get your white privilege out of here. You said it. Why go in the direction of lying? It's just so dishonest. It's so disgusting. Right? You said what you said, man. We got the recording. And everybody in there, that's not a racial slur, said Bill West. I don't know. Get your white privilege out of here. I think it is a racial slur. Bill West is saying that's not a racial slur. It's a fact. I don't know. Bill, I'm open to discussion. I just want to get the facts out first. I want you to hear my position. Right? Let's get from point A to point B to point C. Did the security guard say get your white privilege out of here? Overwhelmingly, yes. Right? So that's a fact. Is he lying? Is Hoey, the attorney and black racist in the Brooklyn Hospital Center, lying about him saying it? Yes, they are. And why are they lying about it? Because it's discriminatory. That's why. Because that's the deal breaker right there. You provoked a racist agenda. Right? If I would have called him a nigger, hey, you fat nigger, get back to work, fat nigger. How disgusting. Disgusting. If I would have said that, all hell would have broken loose, and four investigators would have been knocking on my door to get to get some blood. Right? So, once Mr. Conte finally left the hospital, he gleefully said to his audience, "How'd you like that? That's a little live television for you." So what? I'm doing a show. This is what I do. So what? So what? What is racist about saying, "How did you like that"? Maybe they would have said. Maybe the people watching said that we didn't like it. Right? You got to find out. Right? So this goes on and on and on. They try to twist the law. Media representatives are not permitted on hospital premises. It's all bull fucking shit. Now at some point they try to say that Mr. Conte did not seek any public accommodation. Well, that'll be a point of argument right there. There is a public accommodation, which is freedom of the press. Freedom of the press and freedom of speech you have to accommodate that if you're going to open the door to who? To the public. Right? It's a public. You denied me a public accommodation. I didn't come in your door. I was standing outside. Talking, you dummy. You guys are so afraid because I was going to blow the lid off of your stupid story about dragging dead bodies out the back. That's what you really didn't want anybody to know about. Right? And so you sick your security guards on me. Hoey, blowy. So that's their response. Mr. Conte was not racially attacked. Okay, great. So conclusion. In sum, and now we're gonna read my answer. Ready? We're gonna read my answer. This is good. In sum, no, this is still them. Their conclusion. In sum, Marcus Conte went to Brooklyn Hospital on April 1st at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic solely to cause trouble. Lie. He wanted to create a conflict and get some juicy content to post on YouTube. He ignored the hospital's policy for lawful media inquiries, violated policies, spewed vile racial epithets at the hospital security officers. The security officers were following the hospital's protocol. Good. So if the security officer was following hospital protocol, that means you guys are a bunch of fucking racists. That's protocol to say get your white privilege out of here? That's protocol? That's hospital protocol? I argue that white privilege, the slur, is the same as the N-word. Right? That's my argument. Is it? I believe it is. It causes just as much. What defines a racial slur? Something that upsets other people. The N-word upsets a lot of black people. White privilege upsets a lot of people. Not because it's true. Because if you're going to say that all white people are privileged, then you got your head up your ass. You don't know what you're talking about. Right? There's no poor white people. There's just as many poor white people as there are poor black people. The argument that white people have some sort of privilege, mainly over blacks, is ridiculous. Right? What about Chinese privilege? What about do whites have privilege over? It doesn't. The statement itself doesn't hold true, right? And even if you want to make that argument, you can say that the N word is not racist at all. Oh, calling someone a nigger. Oh, that means that they're a good worker. Oh, get back to work, nigger. Hey, nigger, get back to work. Excuse me, nigger. It's time for you to get back to work. You do your work so well, nigger. It's the same thing. Oh, you have white privilege. Come here, white privilege. Why don't you buy me a sandwich, white privilege? Hey, get out of my way because you have more. You've been better off in this world. You have more privilege than I do walking the earth. So can you kind of get the fuck out of my way because you have privilege and I want to take some of your privilege. I want there to be some black privilege because if I have white privilege and you're trying to take it from me, right? See the point. The point of is something a racial slur does it upset people? Yes, it does. Right? The N-word upsets people. Right? It's a derogatory term that puts blacks at the slave level. It's a fucked up term. Right? And so is white privilege. It puts people. You're putting me in the same category as like shady, disgusting, billionaire, white privileged motherfuckers, right? Those people, the billionaires, you want to say somebody has privilege, say billionaire privilege. Don't call a fucking guy working his way up the ladder as a reporter saying he has some kind of white privilege. It doesn't hold true, and it upsets people. It upsets me, and it upsets people that watch it, and or it's referenced to. So there you go, the Brooklyn Hospital Center and Coey or Floey or whatever freaking Hoey, Floey and racist Negro. Excuse me, I scratched that. Racist Negro. That was a slip, and I apologize for that. I didn't mean to call you a nigger. I would never do that. I'm just wound up right now, and I'm very hot. So there you go. So that's how they answered, right? In summary, they denied venomously all accusations, even having said, "Get your white privilege out of here," and then tried to turn it into me being a trespasser and a racist. So here's my answer. You ready for this? Da-da-da-da. I feel like a drum roll, right? So anyway, where are we? So here we go. So here's my answer. Dear Division, it is hard to imagine a more frivolous and diabolically corrupt answer than the one provided by the Brooklyn Hospital Center, dated July 20, 2020. Right? So I sent this in. This is already on the record. This is all public record now. I'll leave these documents down below if you want to see them. I forgot to drop it into the the box down below, but all of these documents will be available to you down below, and you could read them, disseminate them, do whatever you want with them. TBHC, we're just going to call them TBHC as the Brooklyn Hospital Center. A 463-bed acute hospital in Brooklyn, New York, appears to have thrown caution to the wind when it comes to making up lies. Thank you, Division, for investigating this very important detail. Sanctions against the hospital should definitely be considered. So this is me speaking. It's me speaking on paper. No lawyers. As a preliminary matter, I am a news reporter and respected member of the press. Don't laugh. Who on April 1st, 2020, was investigating a story about the hospital loading dead bodies into a freezer truck parked on the public street. Hardly something a respectable hospital would be doing. So it warranted an investigation. Here is one account of the events as reported by the New York Post. And here's the article, right? This is the article that started. Disturbing video shows dead bodies loaded on the truck outside of the hospital. Right? There you see it, right? It might be an advertisement, but that's the article that I'm referencing, right? Disturbing video shows dead bodies. Right? Is it true? Yeah, of course it's true. Blame the New York Post for it. Right? Go ahead, go yell at them. Right? As well, the hospital claims their hospital was at full capacity that day when evidence on the ground suggested it was half empty. That claim needed investigation too. As a news reporter, I am widely recognized for my live, on-location investigations, plus my 1-hour live broadcast that streams daily on YouTube, Marcus in the Morning. I track top stories, political and municipal corruption, riots, medical fraud, rigged elections, online stalkers, and most topics of immense public interest. I have a large YouTube following and a sincere obligation to report the truth. I have provided the division with first-hand eyewitness video evidence of the racist attack against me in hard copy, and I sent them a thumb drive, and YouTube links, which we've all seen. The 2-minute and 29-second video shows every detail of the racial attack initiated against me by the hospital. As well, the full-length video fully explains my reason for being at the hospital. If you watch all 30 minutes of that, you'll find it's obvious that I wasn't there to provoke anything. I was just there to get the truth. With direct video evidence, that's direct evidence. In legal terms, a video of someone committing the crime is direct evidence. Right? So with direct video evidence of the said event, it is hard to imagine how the hospital could deny that on April 1st, 2020, a rogue security employee provoked an on-site altercation, then followed it up by passing the racial slur, "Get your white privilege out of here." And, quote, the security officer denies this statement. Right. How could they deny it? Right. Whether or not the security officer denies he made the racist statement is irrelevant. He absolutely made the statement. The proof is in the video. There is nothing for him to deny. The whole event was captured in real time on live stream video without edits for all to see. Any jury in the United States can simply view the video, which is direct evidence, and see and hear a black hospital employee initiating a racist agenda against a white member of the press. The security officer blurted out the racist slur, "Get your white privilege out of here." The only party who fails to acknowledge this reprehensible behavior is the guilty party themselves, the Brooklyn Hospital Center. Despite what the hospital asserts in their frivolous answer, I never uttered a single racist word at either of the two security guards. Although my language may appear strong at times, my choice of words is not racist whatsoever, but instead is anti-racist and tailored to put the racist security guard in his place. The hospital could have offered an honest answer to the complaint, but instead chooses to lie about what happened in the face of inescapable direct evidence. The Brooklyn Hospital Center chooses to deny what thousands of concerned citizens have already viewed for themselves on YouTube, that from out of nowhere, a black hospital guard maliciously attacked a white member of the press with the racial slur, "Get your white privilege out of here." The white privilege slur is maliciously offensive and highly racist to most whites, just like the N-word is considered highly offensive to most blacks. White privilege and the N-word are therefore equal in their discriminatory potency, and by law are treated the same. I am deeply offended by this racist attack and demand justice. The Brooklyn Hospital Center pompously argues on April 1st they were part of some global crusade to fight the pandemic. They were not. The only reason members of the press gathered at the hotel was because the hospital was caught on camera botching the removal of dead bodies by packing them into a refrigerator truck on the street. I was simply there to verify the facts. The hospital argues I was only there to provoke confrontation. Nothing could be further from the truth, and the statement itself is defamatory. As well, the hospital's false statement that I was there to engage in defamatory live filming of patients and families is patently ridiculous. The hospital provides no proof of any person or family who was victimized by such mundane activity because no victims exist. They made that up. I am a law-abiding essential worker, member of the press, and longtime resident of Brooklyn, New York. My reason for being at the Brooklyn Hospital Center at that time was to understand the hospital's position on loading dead bodies into a freezer truck. Even if it meant walking right through their front door to ask questions, it is my job to get the facts. All right? That's damn straight it is. All right? I'll come right through your front door, man. Your door wasn't locked. They could have walked right through it. TBHC would like the division to believe protected free speech by a respected member of the press is somehow the same as a rogue security guard promoting his on-the-job racist agenda. They are not. The hospital should understand that it is not a violation of law to report racism or respond to a racial attack in real time as I did. In fact, it is my constitutional duty to respond to racism, defend myself from such attacks, and document exactly what happens. My actions are 100% protected by the First Amendment of the United States, whereas the Brooklyn Hospital Center's racially charged vernaculars against white people are violations of local, state, and federal human rights law. Right? And here's the First Amendment, in case you forgot. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievance. Right? So, freedom to assemble, freedom of speech, dickhead, cocksucker, motherfucker, it's freedom of speech. Right? You don't like it, clog up your ears. Right? If you don't like what you're hearing and seeing, then clog up your ears. Don't try to change the world around you. Right? Now, as far as racial slurs being offensive, well, that's different. That's different. We have laws to protect. There is law. I didn't make up the law. Did I say that there are discriminatory laws in this country that prevent racial slurs being thrown at each other, especially in a place of public accommodation? No, I didn't make up the law. The New York State Division of Human Rights wrote Article 15, and the blacks that marched over the bridge in Selma, along with John F. Kennedy Jr., wrote the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I think Lyndon B. Johnson had a hand in it as well. So I didn't write any of this. I didn't amend the Constitution. I'm just simply stating that these laws exist, and you broke the law, right? That's all I'm saying, right? So that's the First Amendment. The hospital advances the idea that it is okay to bully essential workers, the press, let's press essential workers, off hospital property based on race. Get your white privilege out of here. The hospital does not deny the white privilege epithet is derogatory and racially charged and therefore illegal, but only states their worker denies saying it. Fortunately, we have a live video that reveals exactly what the worker said. All you have to do is watch the video, Exhibit 1. As well, there were no locked fences around the main entrance to the hospital, no signs suggesting people should not gather there, no posted rules of any sort. And even if there were giant neon signs saying something to that order, it would not make one iota of difference. As a community hospital operating in the public interest, the Brooklyn Hospital Center cannot build a wall around themselves to hide their illegal position on race relations. It is illegal to use racially charged language in the workplace to bar a member of the press just because you think that person has more or less privilege than you do based on race. That is the definition of racism. You would no sooner use the N-word to escort a cooperative black member of the press off the premises. Based on the above findings of fact, the division will have zero difficulty reaching a decision of probable cause and advance this matter to trial. To allow the Brooklyn Hospital Center to continue their discriminatory practices without consequence would be an obvious mockery of justice. Sincerely, what did I say? Positively, Marcus Conte. So the last, just to clarify, the object with Division of Human Rights is to have them find probable cause for discrimination. Is there probable cause? Yes. There's direct evidence of a racial slur in a public accommodation. That's probable cause. Is it conclusive? Is it proven? Is it decided after trial? No. When there's probable cause, then it advances the trial. If there's no probable cause, then they throw it out. And New York State Division of Human Rights makes up a reason why there's no probable cause. So that's all of it right there, man. That is the whole shit right there, man. Thank you very much, Marcus Conte reporting. So now, without further ado, we're gonna do a live. The jury is deliberating. Deliberate for a second. Take a minute. Take a minute. And pay attention, everybody. Pay attention, everybody. How many people we have watching? Let's watch. We have, it looks like 71 people in the booth. 71 people. 71 people are going to decide this. The public, you 71 people are the court of public opinion. And thank you very much for participating. You've heard all the evidence now. And if you're watching this late, and not watching it live and not participating live, kindly put your comments down below. One is guilt, right? The Brooklyn Hospital Center is guilty of discrimination. The guy said what he said, and there should absolutely be a trial. Or two, the argument, my argument, is frivolous, meaning that there's no basis whatsoever, right? Okay, so those are the decisions. Those are the choices. Number one, the guy is guilty as sin. The guy is a black racist. He's lying about what he said, and he's lying because he said it. Right? And the Brooklyn Hospital Center needs to make restitution for harm done, and stop with all the lying. That's one. Right? And number two is Conte is the racist. Conte did it all. Conte is a motherfucker. He's provoking the whole thing. Conte. He's wrong. And that's the number two. Right? So go ahead and vote, man. Go ahead and vote. Thank you. Number ones. We got number ones all over the place. Holy shit. Vinny DiMartini, number one. Rena Speece, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people say it's obvious. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Come on. Brooklyn Hospital Center. Right? What are you doing, man? Black racist. Come on, man. Hoey the lawyer. Hoey, I love you. Right? Hoey, I love you. I love everybody. Look at all the number ones, right? Clear as day, right? It's clear as day that I declare the case won by the plaintiff, Mr. Conte. Her pooper says. Says the security guard is racist, guilty as charged. Says Ray Charles. Slam dunk, Jason Walsh says. Slam dunk. So thanks everybody, man. It's fucked up, right? It's crazy. Sorry about that. It's crazy. I'm screaming so loud, everything's moving around over here. Sorry for screaming in your ear. I get worked up over stuff like this, right? So again, if you want to follow this anymore, if you want to read the depositions down below, I'm going to drop them into the box right after the stream is over, and I'll put them in the comments too. I'll put the links, the Google links to it, and it's troubling, right? We're doing necessary work right here. This is necessary work, right? Everybody. With the meltdowns going on, not only are security guards attacking people verbally, but now they're attacking people physically. So something's going on there too. But in this case, we do want to live in a loving, peaceful, understanding place. We don't want to provoke each other. We don't want to insult each other. I don't provoke people on the street. I am the most unantagonistic person when it comes to being on the street. I just ask questions. And if you don't like the question, I don't antagonize people. And most of the time I'm very friendly with people. And people open up because they trust you. But when they're doing something wrong, they don't open up. And that's when you get that knee-jerk reaction, like they're trying to hide something. That's what that reaction is. That aggression, when someone just walks up to you and asks you a friendly question, hey, you got dead bodies in that box over there? Or is the hospital really full? We heard it's half empty. Right? That's all. Those are just simple questions. If you don't like the question, just ignore it. If you feel peaceful and loving as you say you are, then why can't we all just get along? Then just answer the question. So I extend my hand to you, Chloe, Hoey the attorney, Chloe. I extend my hand to you. Come on my show and let's talk it out. Let's have an intellectual discussion and let people decide who's the racist, right? And black racist, we will find out who your name is, what your name is. We're not here to hurt you, but I want you to come. You could do it anonymously. If you want to come on my show, it's easy. All you have to do is show up. I'll send you a Google Hangout link, and you could come on and we can talk. We could talk it out, and we could go man to man. We can talk about everything we have in common, all the things we have in common, and we could settle this outside of having to pressure the New York State Division of Human Rights to find you guilty. We can possibly come to an agreement, come to a settlement prior to that. All right? But I would like to hear from what I'm still going to call the black racist. That's all I know you as. I know you as the angry black racist. Mr. Racist. Mr. Angry Black Negro Racist, whatever. You're the one defining yourself, right? You're defining me as white, so therefore you're black, right? You're the opposite of what I am, right? Living in opposites. Come and join me, and I bet we have more in common than you can imagine. I bet you and I, and based on the size of your gut, I bet you like to eat. All right, let's talk about what you're eating, man. Maybe I can help you with your diet. Maybe I can help you. I can help you to lift yourself physically, and then spiritually and mentally, you'll stop hating people as much as you will. Or you can come on here and call me a white piece of shit. Hey, you white piece of shit. You could do that too. You want to come on here and call me a white piece of shit? You piece of shit. You white piece of shit, privileged motherfucker. I'm going to take what you got, man, motherfucker, man. We worked hard in the 70s. You could do that too. You want to take that tone? Go ahead. Whatever, but come on the show. Come on the show and let's talk it out, man. So I have extended the apple tree branch. I have extended my branch to the other side. I am opening up the dialogue, right? And anybody who says venting out this is okay. Yeah, there's really not a lot of precedence to what I'm doing here by arguing a discrimination case in the public eye. Maybe at first, and that's what this is. This is revolutionary. This is revolutionary, telling the truth, nothing to hide. Do I look like someone who's hiding something? Do I sound like a guy who's hiding something? Do I sound like a guy who's got something to hide? Or has any reason to be afraid of you? Any reason whatsoever to be afraid of the decision of the New York State Division of Human Rights? I pity the New York State Division of Human Rights if they fail to look at the direct evidence and turn around and say that there was no discrimination or no grounds for probable cause to advance the trial. I pity them because they are so confused and so ass backwards. And so now everybody is going to see what they're made of. So, but I don't think they are going to do it. I think they're going to deliver a decision of probable cause. And then we'll bring the Brooklyn Hospital Center to the table, and we'll have a discussion on what do you think it's worth to get out of this? That's all. I mean, it could be an apology, it could be a little coinage on the side, because I get upset about shit like this. It could be something we need to talk about. We need to talk settlement. So thank you guys very much for your participation. The jury has spoken, man. I think the jury has spoken. What do you guys think, man? Fucking jury. The jury has spoken in Marcus Conte versus the Brooklyn House. Racist. I'm the racist. Jason Wall says I'm the racist, calling other racists the New World Order. Thank you very much for sharing. I am a critical thinker.